Hey everyone, it's Delaney, Senior Inbound Marketing Specialist at Hivehouse Digital. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to use a client roadmap. This is a document that you can fill out that helps guide your company's marketing vision for the next 3 years, 1 year, and the quarter. And so we're going to take you step by step on how you can fill this out so you can set your marketing up for success. For this example, I'll be taking you through a roadmap for a fictional residential construction company and how they might fill this out. It may not be the most fleshed out thing, but it will give you the basic idea of how you can use a client roadmap. So here is the roadmap that we use. And first up, you want to put your client name. For this, I'm just going to put XYZ Construction. Then you start out with your purpose. So this could also be your mission statement. Basically, why do you do what you do? So for this company, let's say we want to help homeowners create their dream home. Then we have the value proposition, and this is a statement that helps your audience understand what makes you different. Why should they pick your company over a competitor? It shouldn't be anything generic. It should be meaningful and something that not everyone can say. So for this example, we're going to say we create custom homes with a focus on smart appliances and sustainably sourced resources. So this company is focusing on making the home smart with smart technology, as well as using sustainable resources and materials in the home. That makes them unique, that makes them different from maybe some of the other residential construction companies in the area. Next, we have our differentiators, and this is kind of similar to your value proposition, but you're really just listing out other aspects of your business that differentiates you from the competition. So let's see, let's just list a few differentiators. We're going to say the only company in the Metro Detroit area focusing on sustainability. We've got number 2, we'll say we have in-house designers and architects. And for number 3, we'll say complete transparency every step of the process. Next, we have archetype, and this is something we use for our clients to help build their brand, their voice, and their tone. For this company, there's a few different archetypes I could envision, but I'm going to go with the creator. This is an archetype where the company strives to create the perfect product or service. They have creative thinking and problem-solving skills, and they have really big ideas. So we're going to say the creator. The next section of this page is who we sell to. So as it says, different aspects of your target market, your personas, and what are their kind of key objections. So for the target market for this company, we're going to say Metro Detroit families in affluent neighborhoods, if I can spell correctly, looking to build or remodel their home with smart tech and sustainable materials. Again, just thinking off the fly. You probably already have a lot of these done before you're actually creating your roadmap, or it's an activity that you will do later with your company or agency. Next, personas, which again is something you have likely already completed or will be doing with your agency. These are the segments within your target market. For this company, I'm initially thinking that they probably will have personas targeted by age. How they target an older couple will be likely different than targeting a young family. So just for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to say young families, older families, and maybe they work with some condo associations. Typically with personas, you'd give them names and you'd really have a lot more detail on it, but because this is a fictional company and I'm thinking on the fly, we're just going to stick with this. Next, we have the key objections or buying obstacles. So what are the barriers to converting these customers? A couple examples for this would be doesn't think they need smart tech. Maybe they think it will take too long over buying an already existing structure. And maybe they are wondering why they need to bother with sustainable materials. So that fills out this section. And to the right, there is a column, and this is for your 3-year marketing vision. So looking out into the future, where do you see your business? So we'll say the future date is 2026. The revenue, I'm just gonna put a number, we'll say 100 million. For traffic to your website, how much do you want? I'm just gonna put X number of sessions, emails collected. How many emails do you want in your marketing database? And how many leads? So I'm gonna say just X per month. And then under that, you have what does it look like? And we have a couple examples listed on this page. But what does it take for your company to get to that 3-year marketing vision? What do you need to do? So some other examples would be invest in inbound marketing, utilize PPC. We could do case studies highlighting our projects, a materials brochure, and we'll say implement HubSpot automation. So those are just some examples. It will really depend on what your goals are, what your target audience is, and where you see your company going. So scrolling down to the second page, we've got the first column here, which is your 1-year marketing plan. So a much shorter term goal, but still a little bit more in the future. So we're gonna say a future date of 2024, revenue of, we'll just put 50 million, and then measurables. So how do you wanna measure success? For this, I'm going to say leads, website visits, and content downloads. And you'll want to put numbers with this, but for the sake of this example, I'm just putting down what we want the measurables to be. Next, you want to establish your marketing goals for the year. So this section is probably going to be done during your annual planning meeting, either at the end of the year or the very beginning of the year. I'm just going to put a few examples. They're not going to be really fleshed out marketing goals, but just examples. So we'll say 12 case studies on the website. We'll say create marketing automation workflows for each persona. And then we'll say generate 100 leads from PPC. So you can have as many goals for the year as you see fit. I'm just going to leave it at 3 for here. And then on the next column are your marketing rocks or goals. And this is going to be for the quarter. So you'll put the future date. We'll just say Q4. How much revenue do you want to make in that quarter? So I'll just put 12.5 million. And then your measurables for this quarter, it might be the same as your 1 year. It might be a little bit different. I'm just going to put leads, website visits, and content downloads. And then you want to establish your rocks for the quarter. You don't want to have too many, but you don't want to have not enough. You want to find that perfect Goldilocks balance. And so this is for Q4 2023. And then this column is to designate whose rock that is. So you want to look at your annual marketing goals and see what you can do to accomplish that. And then you also want to consider anything new that's happening in the company. You know, if you're doing your Q4 rocks, a lot of things may have changed from when you established your 1-year marketing plan at the beginning of the year. So you definitely want to take both of those things into consideration. But just looking at this, we want to take a look at our annual marketing goals. So because we want to have 12 case studies on the website, that averages out to about 3 per quarter or 1 a month. So we'll say 3 case studies on the website. Then we'll want to maybe do a rock for the marketing automations workflow. So maybe outline and create workflow for final persona. And then maybe we want to optimize our PPC ads. And so then you can put who. You don't necessarily have to establish it right in the meeting, but you'll want to have someone responsible for meeting that rock. So maybe I am responsible for the case studies, and Steve is responsible for the workflow. Finally, on this page, we have the issues list, or also known as the parking lot. This will get filled out during your quarterly and annual meetings, as well as throughout the quarter. When things come up and you don't have maybe the time to do it, or it's not the right time to do that task, but it's something that you want to revisit in the next quarterly meeting. So this will be filled out with various different things, maybe about marketing campaigns, maybe about trying out something new, and maybe you don't have time that quarter, or it's just not the right time. So this is where all of your issues will live that you will address in a future quarterly. And then if you scroll down, you have more space for your issues list. And then you also have a parking lot for content. So you have blog topic ideas and content offer ideas. And this is just a place that you can put those ideas so they don't get lost. Maybe for blog topics, you want to do a blog on solar panels. And maybe for content offers, you would like to do a ebook somewhere down the line. Maybe you don't have a topic or an idea, but it's something you know you want to do for one of your personas. And so that is the basic rundown of how to use a annual roadmap. It's a document that you can come to whenever you need to establish your goals for the quarter and just make sure that you're focused in achieving the goals for your business. That is all we have for you today. I hope you learned something new, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on our next tech tip.